Hi everyone, it's Lori-Lynn. I hope you're doing well today. It's beautiful here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. It's going up to 22 degrees. Super excited about that. Today, in our lessons, we are going to look at tools that we can use. And I call it my toolbox. And so when we have that, our toolbox is set in our conscious mind, and we just allow ourselves to go to that place so that we can access these tools, so that we can live mindfully with a conscious awareness, which allows for a more natural flow. This is where we learn to own our own emotions, thoughts, ideas, responses, and reactions. And it's a very liberating experience. You may actually feel as though a weight has been lifted off your shoulders as you begin to embrace this new consciousness, fully accepting that you have the ability to choose new thoughts, emotions, and feelings. And it can also be a bit intimidating at first. After all, it's something that's new and the essence of accountability. And so I encourage you to learn and practice the tools regularly so that they form a new habit, and so that you can deal with anything that comes your way. This is really about taking responsibility and being accountable for every area of your life. And taking ownership opens up a whole new awareness with love at its core. Taking ownership of your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your responses, and your actions. And it allows for a more meaningful relationship, not only with yourself, but with others as well. And the very first step in doing this is throwing out the blame game. And we know that there are people along our journey who provide a lot of insight and love, but the opposite is true as well. There are those who have played a minor or a major role in hurting you. The first thing to know is that everybody does what they do from what they have learned up until this exact moment in life. And so you are included in that. So I have come to understand that it is only ourselves that can put this hurt behind. And it's only you who can give yourself the strength to move forward and to take action. It is within you. And guess what? It's been there all along. And so this requires giving yourself permission to heal within. It's also not to say that we aren't going to let anyone off the hook, but we're really focused on letting ourselves off the hook to gain courage and strength, knowing that they can no longer influence who we are. This is about loving you. And during this time, you may bring up old wounds or recall that in the past that you yourself may not have acted graciously or mindfully in line with this new consciousness. And this is a new perception that is reflective of your new awareness. So it's essential at this time to be loving, gentle, and kind with yourself, to forgive yourself. There really is no blame. Allow yourself to learn, bless the lesson, and move forward. Forgive yourself by being loving, accepting, and gentle. So the very next step is in regards to forgiveness. And we move towards, when we forgive, beginning a renewed, mindful, conscious journey to release what no longer serves us. The past can only remain attached to us if we allow it to. And it can only define who we are if we want it to. Understand that past hurts, fears, and faults no longer serve us and who we choose to be as we choose to learn and grow from a place that is consistent with our highest self. So acknowledge beginning today, beginning in this moment, that you are committed to being the best person that you can from a place of love and acceptance. Choose to make the decision based on your present experience and circumstances surrounding this experience, breaking free from the stories that can keep us chained to our past. Placing blame can be extremely crippling, and we ourselves can only be whole if we let it go. So a gentle, mindful tool that allows us to forgive others as well as ourselves is the forgiveness intention. This is a conscious release of anger, of fear, and regrets that we may be holding on to, and it moves us towards a new beginning and new experiences. The journey forward is much more exciting than the fear or anger or who or what was responsible, even if it was you. So the forgiveness intention is a conscious acknowledgement that I've incorporated as part of my morning reflection, bringing to my awareness any unresolved issues or persons that may have affected my day that I may feel that are unresolved. And so how do we do this? Well, we begin with a calm, focused breathing, always with the breath. Breathe in and breathe out. And do this a couple times, breathing in and breathing out while focusing on the movement of your breath and calming yourself. And as you do this, as you become really, really calm, bring the person or the issue into your awareness as you continue to practice a calm breathing. And as you breathe out, release the blame or the guilt associated with the experience. Breathe in and breathe out. And as you release any anger or fear attached to the experience, breathing in again and releasing the attachment to the person associated with the experience. And then breathe slowly in, taking you to a place of forgiveness. And again, taking you to new beginnings and experience without the fear, without the attachment. And do this a couple of times to feel a sense of calm and resolution within. Acknowledge that we don't want to hang on to anything that doesn't serve our highest good. And so while doing this exercise, be aware of any emotions that come up and allow yourself to momentarily experience the emotion with the gentleness and with love. And then gather the emotion into your hands. Visually wrap it up with love and kindness. Lift your hands into the air and just let it drift away. Always with love and blessings and kindness. Opening us up to so much more. This exercise can help you to respond without ego, while fully being present in the experience, without past attachments, to react and respond with an open mind and heart. So that's the first exercise. And the second exercise is the leap forward. This is a really powerful tool that I've used quite a bit in the past to help us move us forward from intense fear, panic, or anxiety. So as you begin to feel the fear, acknowledge it. That's the very first step, is to acknowledge it, not to just push it away or run away from it, because it's going to stay with you. So acknowledge it. Then in your mind, picture yourself standing in an enclosed bubble, surrounded by this fear. Next, mentally gather up strength. Feel it flow through your whole body, through your arms, through your legs, and your chest, into your head. And you may want to give your strength a color, such as red. It's a good fear color, but whatever color that you choose to. So as your fear boils up and increases, take charge and shout, "No fear," whilst simultaneously releasing all the apprehension and fear from your mind and body. No fear. You can forcefully push yourself through the bubble at this time and imagine the exit seals behind you as soon as you've pushed outside of the bubble. And this exercise truly gave me a strength of calm within, as I knew within inside that bubble, all of those fears and that anxiety was all being healed by the divine blessings and grace of God. Okay, so the next tool is the mirror image. So you have to know that it's vital to wholly love the person in the mirror. And this can be one of the most difficult steps. So take care to be extremely gentle with yourself. I found this tool extremely liberating. Although the first couple of times I did it, I cried as I said the words out loud, because it's not typically words that we allow ourselves to believe or hear. So as I learned to embrace the words and myself, I discovered that it was okay to like who I am. In fact, it was essential to my journey. And so one tool that I share with almost every client is the mirror image. And so upon awakening each and every morning, make it a priority to begin the day by greeting yourself in the mirror. Really look into the mirror and smile. And the next step is to tell that person in the mirror that you accept who they are, followed by acknowledging that you love the person in the mirror, that you love the person that you see fully, wholly, and completely. Know that this is a slow process, or can be a slow process. So it's best to practice this each and every morning. And if you can, each and every time you look into a mirror. I can actually remember the first time I walked past a mirror and looked in and went, "Oh, I like that person." And I was so grateful that I could actually do that, to look at myself in the mirror and know that I loved the person that I saw. And so the next step with the mirror image is the welcoming exercise. And so as you look into the mirror lovingly, welcome yourself into the day. Good morning, me. I wholly and completely love, accept, and respect myself. I am worthy and deserving of love and happiness. You can write these on little cards and put them so you can remember them at all times. Although this may be difficult at first, commit yourself to the opportunity. You will love yourself for it. You really will. And so I have to apologize. They're doing street clean, which is awesome on my street, but I know I can hear it within here. So I apologize and hope I come through more than the street cleaning. So the next rule is the 90-second rule. And again, this is something that I teach clients because when I discovered it, I was like, wow, that actually makes a lot of sense, but it gives us back that control, that awareness that we are in charge. So it's a matter of conscious awareness that it takes the body 90 seconds to fully experience any and every emotion. It takes the body 90 seconds to fully experience any and all emotions. And after which, it becomes a choice. What this means is that it's necessary to allow your body to process the emotion. And that's why I'm always saying don't push it down. Experience it for 90 seconds. This awareness then allows us to consciously choose whether or not and how we are going to allow it to affect us further. If the choice is to let it go, to not let it affect you, your day, or any decisions that come before you in any way, then let it go fully, completely, and wholly. And once you become consciously aware, you may realize it is actually an unresolved matter that was at the root of the emotion. And once we get to that stage, in this case, it may be important to commit to an understanding of the unresolved issue and to finally let it go so that it doesn't stay attached. And you may choose to do this during a meditation and reflection or during your forgiveness intention. If it no longer serves your highest good, then it no longer serves you. So let it go with love and acceptance that it will no longer affect you, that will no longer have an effect over you. And if on the other hand you choose to carry on with the emotion, then you must choose to accept the consequences and or rewards, good or bad, of that choice. So choose to take the action from a place of love, to see the whole picture, and accept that this is your choice. Do so with the awareness that if you choose to carry the emotion, it is your responsibility to deal with the circumstances swiftly, consciously, and with a goal of moving forward. And always from a place of love, thoughtfulness, mindfulness, and importantly, most importantly, being gentle, loving, accepting of yourself. Change is gradual and accepting. Love yourself always. And so the next tool that I share is the reset button, or the reset breath. And it works really well when you have feelings of really intense emotions and that you find yourself, you're just not able to let them go, or they become more intense with the messages that you feed it. So at the point of recognition, just shout out, stop. Take a breath in for 10 seconds, and then slowly let the breath out to the count of 10. And continually do this until you are back in a calm state. This exercise resets the thought process, giving your conscious mind something different to focus on. Again, being gentle and loving with yourself, you are then able to make conscious choices from a place of love rather than fear or reaction. And because we so often are in a situation and then we let the stories just run away with it themselves, so that's when we say stop and we take those breaths inward for 10 seconds and then release. Another thing that we can do, which is similar to this, and it's called grounding. And so do the same as you stop yourself where you're at, then look around the room and recite all and everything that you see. If you're around other people, you can do this in your mind. Otherwise, you can say it out loud. You can recite in your mind or out loud if you're alone. And you want to reset the brain waves to move you forward, not being stuck in this space. And once you feel calm and in a state of conscious awareness, take a deep, deep breath inward and then let it go. And the final exercise or tool I'm going to talk about today is the tool of back to the present. And there is a power of living in the presence of the moment, the power of now. It's a great book to read. One that I think I highlighted every single sentence and put all those little tabbies on every single page. This is a tool that reminds us to remain present, especially at the beginning of our journey. And the verbal phrase that we use is back to the present moment, back to the here and now. This truly helps us to keep us focused and in the present state of mind. It's a tool that gently reminds us to act and make choices focused and present when faced with situations that are challenging, that bring us anxiety or any kind of fear. Come back to the present. There's a power in learning to recognize the moment that we feel the fear. And over time and with practice, it becomes a natural experience. So as we recognize the fear, the frustration, or the anger, say the words to yourself, back to the present moment. This allows you to focus on the issue at hand. Most often, fear, frustration, or anger takes us back to a place in our past where we have been hurt. So knowing this is a gift. Knowing this, you can ask yourself in that state, where am I? When am I? And this can help you to understand where you are in response or emotion and bring yourself back to the present moment, allowing you to respond from the circumstances before you, not past emotions, situations, or experiences. It's not at all fair to ourselves or to others to pay for what has occurred in our past. So this is about remaining present and responding from the presence of the mind. And we use this tool until it becomes a habit. So just to summarize this up a little bit, it's to understand that practice makes better conscious choices. And so all of these tools take practice, and the more we practice, the more natural it feels, the more authentic the response. And I find that it's important to ask yourself if you are responding from a place of love and from your authenticity, or you are responding from a place of fear, anger, self-doubt, or frustration. And it's also important to ask yourself the truth about the emotion or the reaction. What is really going on? And does it speak to you from another place and time? I truly believe that although the past can certainly indicate what direction we are headed, once we learn the awareness of conscious choice, we can choose to create a new reality. And that is the basis of the zero limits. If we only focus on the negative or the bad from our past, then that's what we are allowing to define in our present life. So with a new awareness, understand that we are a reflection of the acceptance and love of ourselves. And life is a journey of experiences, lessons, visions, and dreams. Our acceptance and reactions to these experiences are a reflection of the love within ourselves. At any given time and place, we do the very best and make the best decisions with what we have learned and experienced up to this point in our lives. So choose. Know within your heart that you have learned, and allow this to catapult you, your visions and your dreams. What's most incredible is that when we begin defining who we are, and that we can and are allowed to choose to create the change within ourselves, the people around you change as well. It changes with your perception of yourself, of your mindfulness, of your thoughtfulness of yourself. Those that don't recognize this or aren't changing along with you, let them go for a time being. Know that new people will come into your life that reflects the renewed person that you are learning, that you are creating, that you are teaching yourself to be. And we all know that life is a journey and the destination is love. And everything comes from a secure state or a fear state of love. And so my wish is for you to be successful and abundant in a manner that reflects your true, authentic self. To allow that light of love to shine from within. And understand that your inner wisdom is inside you, awaiting for you to connect, so that you can begin to create a life on your own terms, a life with an awareness that is mindful and thoughtful, to step outside the box, to reflect upon, and then make conscious choices from this place of authenticity. And so that's the lesson for today. And I'm going to continue with the cards that I chose. And so very interesting. The first two cards, which show us the essence of our journey today. And it fits in quite well with the lessons. And the first card is a love-based reality. And it states that I am soul nurtured when I surround myself with friends and family who support my love-based reality. And so anybody that doesn't support your journey at this time, let them go. Let them go with love, peace, blessings, and healing. Okay? So choose to live in a love-based reality rather than a fear-based reality. And the second card that comes with that is the path awareness. And it states that if I sincerely ask, I am always guided back to the right path for me and my central purpose. And so spend some time fully loving and connecting with your inner self, and then ask to be guided along your path. And open your third eye to see that path awareness. And so the card that clarifies this is the Hunter of Gifts. And so the Hunter of Gifts knows and understands who we are at our core, and what we need. And as we set intentions, as we set the flow of the mind, the conscious mind, as we begin to fully understand who we are, and what the Hunter of Gifts will do is go ahead and then bring back the gifts that are necessary for our journey, that help us in our journey. And it can be monetary, it could be a person, say the Hierophant, it could be a person. They will bring you into your life to reflect your journey. So the Hunter of Gifts will seek out gifts to bring to you, to show you the pathway. And if there's still lessons to be learned, they may seek that out to bring awareness. So if you're trying to learn a certain lesson, sometimes the Hunter of Gifts will go out and bring an experience where you have to use those tools so that you become comfortable with using them. Okay? The next two cards that come out, and they're from Osho. And the first card is Totality. And really, this is such an understanding of how we connect with others and our relationship with others. And when we understand how we are connected, what we offer within the relationship, what we mirror within the relationship, we understand that there is a total commitment to ourselves in the highest and greatest good of ourselves, as well as the highest and greatest intention of those involved. And that brings a totality. So again, as you change, often others change, others are brought forward. And so it's to trust in your connection. The next card is the card of slowing down. And so what that's asking is that you take the time. And so the next lesson that I do isn't going to come until Monday, so that you have the next 3 days to really practice, to put into practice the tools, so that you can recognize when you need to use the tools when you're out there. And so begin on day 1 and use your tools and create a love-based reality. So the next two cards from the Patch Tarot are, first of all, is the Prince of Cups. And what the Prince of Cups is an extremely expressive person, but they do so because they see things with a different perspective, and they follow their heart. That's all that they know, is they follow their heart's desires. So somebody may be coming into your life that helps you to understand this awareness, and it's somebody that makes decisions, makes choices based on love, and that is very carefree. And that is the reason that they're in your life, to show you that you can just do this and be okay, and kind of like the water off a duck's back. And it helps you, because the next card is the Ace of Swords. This helps you in making decisions. So when you make decisions that are love-based reality, you can't make bad decisions. If it's based truly on love, in the secure state of love, you cannot make a mistake. If it's based on a fear state of love, then you'll have to go use some of your tools to heal yourself, to accept yourself, and to let that lesson go. But the realization is that you get to create your own life. The realization is that you get to make your own decisions. And the final two cards are, the first card is connection. And for me, this card's come up every single day, so I just have to kind of leave it out there. And so this is about connecting with someone special. And it says a loved one is a gift to treasure. So that is a reminder that when you surround yourself, when you connect yourself with people that are caring and loving and gentle and kind, that really helps you along your journey. And the final card is the card of wisdom. And it says, let go of the need to control. Trust in the wisdom of a divine plan. So that card is so important as you move along your journey. Because we're on a pathway towards authenticity, to loving ourselves, to being worthy of ourselves, understand this wisdom that you're gaining, that you're acknowledging, allows you to trust. Trust that the hunter of gifts will bring to you what is necessary to recognize your past, understand your connection with others that come into your life and why they're in your life. And so really connect with them through lessons and gratitude, and really embrace those lessons, not for the knowledge, but for the wisdom, because wisdom stays within us. Okay, so that's the final card, and I thank you for being here. Much love and gratitude. And so I'll end with this prayer, and that I bless this day with wealth, health, luck, and regeneration. With God's blessings, my cabinets, wallets, home, and heart are filled with all that I require and desire for this generosity. I am ever thankful, and blessed be. So have an incredible day, and if you have any questions, let me know. And I hope you enjoyed this. I probably will do readings over the weekend, but I will not be doing lessons. So write down the lessons, and from there, commit to living a life using these lessons, and that changes you from the inside out. Okay? God bless, and have an incredible day. Lori-Lynn.